Dear Professor, my research topic is the impact of government guiding funds on technological innovation of companies listed in GEM in China. My presentation will divide it uh, into 7 parts. Now we can look at the first part is the introduction. A government guide fund is also called venture capital guiding fund. A government guide fund is defined as a policy-based venture investment fund that is set up with government financial investment, attracts public investment, and manages according to the market. The purpose is to support the key areas and weak links of the industry, to lay out the upstream and downstream links of the industry by entrusting market-oriented professional investment and management institutions to play the role of financial firms and to improve industrial structure. Let's look at the International Government Guiding Fund. Not only in China, but other countries around the world are implementing government guiding funds or similar forms of projects. Government agents provide support to the venture capital market by establishing various forms of venture capital projects to participate in venture capital activities in the market. Government guiding funds are essentially a way for the government to participate in the market with a visible hand, and they enable policy objectives to be achieved through the market. Let's look at the part 2, its problem statement. In addition to China, many other countries around the world have practiced setting up government-guided funds to support the venture capital market by setting up various forms of venture capital projects to participate in venture capital activities in the market. Essentially, government-guided funds are a way for governments to participate in the market with a visible hand. The difference is that government-guided funds enable policy goals to be achieved through the market. However, there are disputes among scholars about the effects of the government-guided fund, especially how the government-guided fund works. In addition, its economic benefits are worth further exploration. There are many kinds of practices on government-guided funds in different countries, and the results of their venture capital funds are also different. This paper plans to study the policy effects of the government-guided fund from the perspective of technological innovation of startup enterprises, starting from the Chinese government-guided fund and taking the listed companies on the growth enterprise market as a research object. The literature gap, there are two. The first one is the research on government guiding fund in China are more focused on the importance and significance, and there is little literature on the structural design. And the second is international research on effects of government guiding fund is relatively little. About the practical gap, few studies have studied the factors that impact on guidance effects. The second one is few studies analyze through both theoretical and applicational aspects. Part 3 is about the research questions and research objectives. Due to the market operation mode of government guiding funds, it sometimes leads to dual agency problems and crowding out effects. So this research is to explore role of government guiding funds in guiding technological innovation at the enterprise level, whether it promotes technological innovation in accordance with the original intention. The fourth part is the significance of the research. This research is expected to supplement the empirical evidence of theoretical research. The second one is effectively complement the empirical study on the policy guidance effect of government-guided funds. The third one is supplement the empirical evidence of theoretical research. The fourth one is supplement the empirical research on the guidance effect of government guiding fund policy. The fifth part is the literature review. Based on the failure tolerance hypothesis, the government guiding funds adoption of loss compensation will promote enterprise innovation by increasing the failure tolerance of the venture capital management organizations, but not by using fixed income compensation and income compensation. Based on the incentive hypothesis, the fixed income compensation and the income compensation of the government guiding fund will promote enterprise innovation by positively motivating the venture investors to invest human capital to participate in post-investment management, while the loss compensation cannot. The sixth part is about the research methodology. Using the empirical analysis method, this study plans to select the data of related enterprises in Shenzhen GEM from 2009 and 2021, adopts the empirical model to test the impact of government guiding funds, use propensity score matching method to select experimental groups and control groups, reduce systematic errors, and use a double difference model to test the guidance effect of government guiding funds. The intensity of research and development input will be used to measure the corporate innovation input. The quantity of patent acquisition will be used to measure the corporate innovation output, and the empirical model will be used to measure the impact of the government guiding funds on corporate innovation. In addition, this research would like to use propensity score matching method to screen experimental and control groups, reduce systematic errors, and test the guiding effect of government guiding funds using double difference model. The seventh part is the limitations for future research proposal. This paper only starts from the macro perspective of the enterprise level based on the existing technological innovation theory and guiding effects of the government-guided funds on the venture capital market, analyze the guiding role of the government-guided funds on the technological innovation of startup, and further summarize the mechanism of the entrepreneurial enterprises supported by the government-guided fund to promote their technological innovation. That's the end of my presentation. The following as my references. Thank you, Professor.